Rick, the talk this week was talking about sticking to the process, getting pucks to the net. We saw that in the second period with Max and Matt's goals. I mean, how big were those goals and to change the momentum of the game?
I thought Max Novak's goal was one of the biggest goals of the year, just for the fact that it got us going, but it's what we're all preaching. Is fact of drive wide, put pucks on net, and good things are going to happen. And you know what? By just sticking with it, it finally happened. Matt Hatch's goal. You just never know in this game. And you know, it isn't like we have 27 goal scorers just sprinkled through our whole lineup. And I say that number for a reason, and I think you guys know why. But it was good to get Matt, get Carzy back on the board, and obviously Wayne. So some of our big-time goal scorers came through, as well as some secondary scoring as well.
What was the feeling on the bench after those two goals? Freaky type goals from tough angles, but they still went in. And just kind of get a feeling that hey, maybe tonight's our night, and the hard work's paying off, and here we go.
Yeah, it's like we talked about before. It's staying with the process, and it's like I said, it's very easy when you're winning to keep saying it. Like last year was a piece of cake to say it, because you look like a genius by saying it. This year you say it and people look at you cross-eyed, and I can't blame them. But at the same token, what's really changed? And the game hasn't changed. We still got to keep battling and doing the little things. And tonight I thought we did the little things to win this hockey game. That's an excellent hockey team over there. You can see they battled all the way to the end. Their face-off play at the end. They're extremely well coached. You got two coaches over there that are NHL caliber coaches, and we almost got taught a little lesson there on the face-off play at the end of the game.
You chased Marisic from the game on those two goals in the second period. How important was it to keep firing pucks at Wilson, who seemed unsure of himself in a lot of those shots?
Same thing. Stay with the process as far as what's changed. You just change a new goalie and get as many pucks on him as you possibly can. Hopefully create some rebound goals. And I think Wayne Simpson's was a rebound goal. Granted, 5-on-3, but still, we just happened to be at the right place at the right time, which was nice for once.
Because sometimes teams maybe relax a little bit, and when they change, the opposing team changes goals, maybe think the game's over with that. So was it good to see the guys keeping the pressure on?
Oh, definitely. That was one of our goals tonight. They were given a couple staples to follow through for each period, and they met. Outside the first period with shots, they met them all tonight. And it was just great to see guys blocking shots too and sacrificing themselves. And that's what you need, that ice bag, mentality to win hockey games, because that's what you need.
Penalties, 8 penalties in the game, is that a little too much for you?
Yeah, I do, but you know what? I don't have a problem with hitting too hard. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know what those calls were, but we're going to keep using our shoulder pads. So, write what you're going to write about all that stuff with the reffing. I'm not complaining about the reffing, but we're not stopping as far as hitting hard.
What is it with respect to the game against Brown tomorrow? Putting this game in perspective, how big of a win was this tonight over Yale? You lost the 2 games last week, but to come in tonight and have a good effort, a good win.
We know one thing, that Brown works tremendously hard, and our track record against him is shabby at best. So we need to bring the same performance here tonight, and even more. We can't be satisfied. The weekend's not done, and the good Lord created Saturday, so we better be ready to go on Saturday.
After pulling Grosdick last week, and what can you say about his play tonight?
I thought he basically played like he practiced, and he practiced extremely well. He came prepared all week. He worked really hard on his goalie ice with Jason Tapp and Joe Dume, and I thought he got rewarded for that, for working hard.
Can you talk about the player Matt Bodie's been for you the past 3 years?
Basically the same player you've seen the past 3 years. Is just a player that's tremendously heady and is going to lead by example, which is good for our team. And it's nice to know that he's coming back for a senior year.